Hi, I'm Repsika, a fashion creator who loves experimenting with materials and turning them into wearable art. So, after my last video went viral on Instagram, a lot of people asked me like how I actually made them. So, today I'm going to be showing you the full process of how to make a bioplastic top. So, last time I used banana plum, but this time I'm going to be using beetroot. When I wanted to make a bioplastic top, I searched everywhere on YouTube and all, but I couldn't find a proper video, so I experimented, and this video is going to be about that. So before we get into the video, let me give you a small brief about what is bioplastic. So bioplastic is actually a man-made material made from natural sources like plants or proteins instead of petroleum plastic. So it's actually eco-friendly and fun to experiment with. So for this project, I'm going to be using a very budget-friendly materials like gelatin, glycerin, water, which is a base liquid, and then beetroot, both juice and paste, because to give color and texture. And then I'm using tea powder, but you can use coffee powder if you want the color to get more darker. So I'm going to be using this gelatin, which is unflavored one from Bluebird, and make sure to use unflavored gelatin, not flavored one, because flavored one has sugar and it'll be very hard to form the sheet. And the next one is glycerin. So glycerin basically makes the sheet more flexible. Okay, so actually I wasn't able to record the whole boiling process, so I'll just explain in short. First, I'll put the measurements here, and first you have to add beetroot water and then the regular water. Set it for 2 to 3 minutes in low flame. So the entire process is in low flame. You don't need to boil it. And next is you have to add gelatin powder. So just sprinkle the gelatin powder and stir it until it dissolves. So this takes around 10 minutes. And after that, add glycerin and vinegar. Again, stir it. And after that, you have to add, like for texture, you can add coffee powder or tea powder or beetroot paste. So I'm going to be using tea powder and beetroot paste because I can't find coffee powder. And coffee powder you can use if you want the color to be more dark. I actually wanted the color to be dark, but I can't find the coffee powder. I'm going with the tea powder. So the entire process is around 15 to 18 minutes, and then you'll get a glossy kind of a liquid. And when you get that, that's when your liquid is ready and you can use it for your bioplastic project. For casting, I didn't have a tray, so I did a little jugaad. I took the shelf from my cupboard and flipped it upside down and made a divider with cardboard, taped it, and covered it with cling sheet so the liquid won't spill. So once your surface is ready, we move to the next part. Okay, so now comes the fun part. Pour half of your liquid in the tray, then place a cotton fabric on top or whatever fabric you want, and then pour the rest of the liquid over the fabric. So, sandwiching the fabric is important because it's durable and it's not transparent anymore. So, I had no idea I was making something like this. I thought that I am using the beetroot, so I'll get something, the color of a beetroot, like maroon kind of a color. But when I put the liquid, it looked all red and it gave the blood effect. And then when I put the fabric, it started looking like a flesh. I didn't think like I'm gonna make something like this. I had no idea. It looked too boring, so I thought to add the wool. And when I added that, it looks like a pizza. Let the sheet dry at room temperature. So this takes around 24 to 48 hours, and then flip it halfway to dry the other side. Once it's completely dry, peel off the sheet and trim the edges, and yeah, your bioplastic sheet is ready to be turned into a wearable top. So once the bioplastic sheet was done, I turned it into a top. This is my second bioplastic experiment. The first one was made from banana plump and I loved how raw and textured it felt. This beetroot bioplastic feels completely different in color and everything. I mean, it's crazy how every material behaves different, and that's what makes this experiment so interesting and fun for me. Thank you so much for watching the whole video. So, if you want to know more about fashion and me doing more fashion experiment, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment what you want me to make next. And also, if you have any questions, you can DM me on my Instagram page. Until then, bye.